Good evening and welcome to ESP TV. My name is Karen Bryson and tonight's topic is entrepreneurship and self-employment. Let me introduce you to our amazing guests. First, we have Nadine Pritchett Owens. Ms. Owens is founder of Our Brother's Keeper and administrator owner of Our Brother's Keeper Home Care LLC. Nadine has been a caregiver and a parent advocate for over 20 years to 3 adult sons with different abilities. Nadine knows firsthand the challenges and struggles of providing care for others. Her passion is in assisting the needs of others, including caregivers and those in need of resources and services beyond the age of 21. Nadine's desire is to impact the importance of independence, self-care, and dignity. She also gives hope to the hopeless, which is a wonderful tribute to have. Good evening, Nadine. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Cannot complain. Our next guest is Femi Bailey Gordon. Femi is the owner, designer, seamstress of Lilu Design 720 and Femi Fabrics. What started as a young lady sewing a hooded dashiki for her son turned into an overnight African-inspired custom, contemporary fashion, and fabric maison. Femi has over 25 years of corporate American experience in law, real estate, and event production. With the support of her husband, Howard, they decided to begin their empire, the Lilu Design 720 and Femi Fabrics. She is known for creating garments for women and men that have them looking like royalty. Femi is also a distributor of quality Ankara African wax fabric in the United States. She's a certified Christian life and business coach and an associate minister. Welcome, Femi.
Thank you.
Next, we have Paris Samuels. She's the host of Hits with Paris. Paris is a wife, extended mother, international life coach, and relationship specialist. She believes that God and self-love will get you through any pain. Hello, Paris. Welcome to the grouping here. And last but not least, we have Lukman Haskett. Lukman is a lifetime lover of fashion, and I've never seen him less than impeccable. In 2014, after 2 consecutive military deployments, Lukman decided to share his passion for men's fashion with the world, and the Dapper Luke blog was created. Lukman was offered the opportunity to collaborate with a men's calendar, and when he arrived on location, he was offered the opportunity and chance to be on the calendar, and his modeling career was born. Lukman has graced the runways of New York, D.C., Virginia, and North Carolina, as well as being featured in several local and national fashion magazines. He has also been a style contributor to several online and print publications. In 2017, Lukman joined the famous Radio Live team as an online radio personality with his show, The Dapper Hour. In 2018, the Dapper Luke YouTube channel began in order to give fans the opportunity to travel via media with him to fashion events. He has hosted several workshops for young men and adults. In 2019, Lukman officially launched his custom suit line, the Dapper Luke Collection, bringing unique suits, colors, and styles to men and women. We have a tremendous group of guests here tonight, so thank you so much and welcome each and every one of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great. I'm going to start with a general question to each of you and then go around the grouping to ask your opinion. The first question is, since entrepreneurship is the creation or extraction of value, okay, given this definition, what change has your individual entrepreneurship accomplished, which may include other values than simply economic ones? Luke, can we start with you?
Yes. So basically, for me, I wanted to own my own and be kind of a leader within my own community. I feel like in order to make any type of economic impact in this country, you have to own your own. And as you've seen lately, a lot of our, brothers and sisters have been really trying to push the dollar within our own community to have an economic change. So I'm really into owning my own business. I was in the military for 22 years. And when I got out, I didn't want to just get another job. I wanted to actually be a contributor to the economy. So I wanted to start my own business and bring in on employees as well.
That's amazing. Femi?
For me, in considering entrepreneurship, I'd worked for CEOs and producers and owners of companies for so long and have supported their $1 million efforts, if you will, to where when it came time for me, when I got here to Virginia, it was kind of funny. I didn't originally think about going into my own business because I understood the responsibility. But what I found was that as I took my quote unquote hobby to the streets, if you will, I realized that customer service was not being taken very seriously. So besides just becoming my own business owner and having my own financial stability situation, if you will, it became more imperative for me to bring a more professional and customer related service oriented company to our community because we hear all too often, I don't like to patron Black companies because of their lack of professionalism or the things that they're used to getting from corporate America, if you will. So that's for me, value and structure had a lot to do with what can I do for my customers and my clients as an entrepreneur.
Absolutely. Nadine, how has our brother's keeper impacted?
Well, actually, 5 times. The Lord told me to start our brother's keeper. My why is I have sons with different abilities. And I use the word different ability because we focus on the possibilities. So he used my daughter to come to me with an idea to start her own t-shirt company. From there, to make a long story short, she got a building. And the building was 2 sides. And when I looked at the building, I said, you can be on one side and I can be on the other side. So that started our brother's keeper. And what I wanted to do was give hope to the hopeless. It's a lot of strenuous stress on caregivers, parents. And what I didn't receive when I was caring for my sons, what I learned, what I grew through, I just want to give back and tell them that they can make it. And also, I want to be able to supply jobs to people who need jobs. So therefore, to boost the economical status that I want to see our brother's keeper have. So.
Absolutely. Paris, how has Hits with Paris impacted?
Okay, Hits with Paris actually it stands for Healing Intellectual Talk. So what I do is I'm a life coach. So I help tons of people get past their pain. And I help people understand that you have to love yourself past that pain, and I help them understand who they are. And the only way we can do that is by actually I'm doing something I call onion peeling. So I have helped tons of people.
Okay, absolutely. Considering each and every one of you are so diverse and influential in your various areas, I'm asking questions so that other entrepreneurs can understand and learn because that's what we're here for. In order, each one needs to teach one. So my next question would be, what, if anything, have you learned from other entrepreneurs who have launched businesses, and due to whatever risks involved in launching that business, they have had to close due to lack of funding, bad business decisions, economic crisis, lack of market demand, or any combination of those? Have any of those impacted how you choose to run your business and learn from their mistakes? Can we start with Paris on this one?
Okay, I have learned that consistency, that no matter what goes on, you have to be consistent. That
Okay.
if something, if one door closed, another door will open. I mean, your journey doesn't stop just because the door closed. So you have to be consistent no matter what. I mean, at the end of the day, even if your business closed, right? Maybe you need to learn from those mistakes, whatever those mistakes are, and broaden that idea. You know, I mean, it's not the end. It's not the end until you get it. So, I have never heard like someone tell me, "Hey, my business closed and I failed and it's horrible." That's somebody that's speaking from their lower self. Everybody I deal with deal in their higher self. So they're like, "Hey, girl, this business closed, but I got $1 billion idea now." So
Yes, I love it. Femi, considering you started by merely doing a hoodie for your son, which broadened your career and definitely opened new doors for you, how does that impact you? Have you learned anything from anyone else that perhaps started a business and failed?
Funny enough, I do not know anyone who has started a business and failed. I do know people who have started businesses, realized that was not the direction they wanted to go, and have closed down their doors to regroup. So
Okay.
along like with what Paris said, I don't know too many people who once you have that entrepreneur bug, you kind of don't fall into the can't do anything. You find something else you can do to try to grow off of that. For me, as an entrepreneur, what I've found is that I have an attention, as an artist, I have an attention span issue. So I actually have various pockets of income with what we like to call streams. So my recommendation for any other upcoming entrepreneur is you may not want to put all your eggs in one basket. You definitely want to be consistent in whatever you do, but have that 3 year mindset. Stay focused for 3 years. If you get the growth you desire, continue to build as well. If you do not, then you might want to reconsider and go into another aspect of what you're gifted to be able to do.
Absolutely. Luke, would you like to weigh in on that?
Yes. So, just from my perspective, when you're going into entrepreneurship, you can't always have money as your primary focus. Now, understanding that we
Hmm.
do need money to survive, money to live, but I know for
Hmm.
me personally, what I'm doing is a passion of mine. So, yes, I make money, but I also love what I do. And sometimes, if money is your only focus, then when that money is
Right.
gone, like some people have said, then you're done with that business because you were only in it
Hmm.
for the money. You weren't in it for the passion or the love of what you were doing. So for me, yes, I make money doing what I'm doing, but I also love what I'm doing. And I think if you're going to go into entrepreneurship, one of your primary things you're going to be doing, you should have a passion for it and actually love doing it. Because there's going to be days you're going to be like, okay, why am I doing this? Especially during this pandemic, that was definitely when you kind of learn, okay, do I actually like what I'm doing? A lot of people aren't making money what they were doing. So if you don't like what you're doing, you may want to find something else, or you had to work for somebody else and do what you want to do until you can actually make money doing it. So.
And that definitely has to be first on the list, because if you don't have a passion for it, it's not going to work. Nadine, do you feel the
Correct.
same way?
I really don't. Look, I'm shaking my head because you do have to have a passion. I have a passion to help people. That's what I do. That's what I love. But what I would say is, before you actually start a business, get a mentor. Get under somebody and learn from them. Now, for me, I kind of like I jumped into it, okay. And sometimes we just tend to give other people power over our company. No, you have to learn your company, every aspect of it, okay? Marketing, okay? You have to learn everything, your plan, your programs. You have to be on top of it because if you don't, then it's not going to run the way that you want it to run, and it's
Right.
not going to be effective or efficient. So I've learned a lot. I've been in business for 3 years, and I love what I do. I come out my pocket a lot, so I fund a lot of the programs that I have, and some of the services as well. But I truly thank God because He sustained that. I have a building, and I'm able to keep the lights on, rent paid, and so I'm looking to other avenues to get funding, to get grants, but it's coming. It's coming,
Absolutely.
because
We
people
definitely believe
when
that.
people see when they see the true transparency and they believe in what you're doing and you live the life that you speak, people will gravitate to you and help you, and that's what is happening now. And I'm just in awe.
And people don't mind assisting you when they see that you're helping yourself and really involved in what you're doing, which leads into my
Yeah.
next question. Were you able to recognize in the need and potential of your idea and your business to organize capital, talent, and other resources that have turned or are turning your business into a viable commodity that will be long lasting? Who would like to begin?
I can't hear you.
Okay. Is this better? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I
Yes.
can hear you.
Okay. The question was, what were you or are you able to recognize in the need and potential of your idea of your business to organize capital, talent, and other resources that have turned or are turning your business into a viable commodity that will be long lasting?
Okay, I'll go
So
first.
I was gonna say if you want, but I was gonna start.
No, you can go. You can go first.
Oh, now they're going to fight over it. I love it.
Ladies first.
Yes.
Ladies first.
Okay. I was always known as this big advice giver. So I thought, hey, I might as well turn this into a business because I'm always giving tons of people advice. And so also dealing in spirituality, God blessed me with the qualities of being able to talk to people and get through to people. I
Okay.
also work in like several different group homes, and I talk to several different troubled children or adults as well. So that's where I started. And I was like, hey, I might as well become a life coach so I can start making money off of this. And then I had people hiring me to do their events and um, all these talks. So it was amazing. So I was like, just let me stay consistent. And I
Right.
went from there to take the baby steps and continue from there.
Yes. Luke, what did you want to add to that?
So for me, I think in the beginning of a lot of businesses, capital is kind of important. And the reason why I say that is because, as Femi was saying earlier, a lot of times we want to be seen as professionals. We want to have a quality look, a quality product, and you need capital up front to have that professional appearance. Yes, you can have a home office to begin, but if you want to be seen as a professional, you should have a building. You should have an office away from your home. So I think capital is important in the beginning, whether it be an investor, whether it be a savings of your own, or even kind of getting loans, which can be kind of difficult. But again, sometimes you want to just take the time to have that capital up front and give yourself a professional appearance in the beginning by trying to get that later and then playing catch up.
But Luke, if you do not have the resources to have upfront capital, what other avenues can you turn to in order to build your business and still look professional?
I would say probably a partnership. If you know someone that has a store already, see if you can get an area within that store. If you know someone that has an office, hey, do you have an extra office that I can utilize? So you don't necessarily have to have capital in the beginning always. It is good, but you do want to have a professional look in the beginning if possible. Because again,
Yes.
I know for me, I consider myself a custom clothier and I deal with custom clients. So if they're walking into a facility that looks run down, they're going to ask me, how can you sell me a quality suit in a rundown looking
Mhm.
area? I'm not going to spend what you want me to
Absolutely.
spend if I'm
Right.
in a closet. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So you got to understand what you're trying to sell, what service you're giving, and does what you're bringing your clients into match what you're going to eventually charge them. If not, you've got to reevaluate.
I absolutely agree
I
with
can
that.
agree. I can agree with
Fanny,
that. Hmm.
what
Yeah.
would you like to add?
I have to piggyback off of Luke in terms of what he was talking about, because what I deal with a lot of, I have mentees that I've actually worked with in the 5 years that I've been in building my brand. We think about brand and we think about business and we don't realize that they are one in the same. When you have a brand, you have to make sure that your brand represents who you are. I remember Nadine mentioning about transparency. The one thing that I can appreciate about my clients as well as my customers, and I call them my fabric clients as well, repeat customers. They're repeats, and they're repeats not because my items are so inexpensive or cheap, but they're repeats because I represent my brand. My brand says, I value it, I value you, and we're going to value this together. Another thing that I could actually give for entrepreneurs that are just starting, hobbyists, and those that want to create a business, find a brand that you admire and emulate it. My brand's mindset that I've been working on and continue to work on is to have the Bentley mindset. You don't see Bentley advertising a bunch of products, their cars, and the things that come with their cars. A lot of Bentley is by their product, the quality of their product. So we talk about capital. Capital is good. Capital is great. But if you have a presentation for your brand, sometimes you don't even need $1 to be able to get through a door to be able to
Right.
pitch your idea to someone. So it's really on how you carry yourself with your brand. And like Lukeman said real quick, and I'm gonna get out the way, um, find someone who has a space. Find someone, because the library, I remember people doing meetings in Starbucks. They're just different avenues that people understand you're starting, but you got to make that effort. You got to put that concerted effort into what you're building. And people understand building from the ground up. It takes a brick first before you can get to a roof.
That is excellent advice to give because everyone may not know that or understand that in trying to begin a business. But it's these small things that really make a difference in whether or not you're going to succeed or not. Okay, my next question is entrepreneurs are viewed as innovators, risk takers with new ideas, management skills, and strong team building abilities, together with essential leadership attributes. Who did each of you look up to emulate on your road to success? Paris?
I can start with that question. Oh, okay.
I'm sorry? Can you repeat that, please?
No, did you say you gonna start with Paris? I'm sorry.
You can go right ahead. Continue.
I know, absolutely.
So did you say go ahead? I'm sorry.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, you said okay. Who I emulate is Les Brown.
Okay.
He's one of the best, and I watch his videos. I read his books, and therefore he pretty much gave me the confidence to go out there and start speaking. So therefore I started speaking, and I try to. You can't imitate anybody, but just some of his sayings and some of his
Qualities.
sayings.
Yes.
I find myself saying it. That's because I listen to him so much. I think that being a strong leader is so important, though. Okay, you got to have the mindset. You got to be able to have the quality of a leader. Why? Because a great leader also forms a great team. We want to have
Yes.
a great team behind us. So therefore, if you slacking off and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, your team gonna follow you.
Right.
So
Right.
I believe in training my team and treating them good. Sometimes people, CEOs and founders and owners of companies, sometimes they don't know how to talk to their team. So I don't believe in talking at them, but talking to them. And we were all working together because I tell them I'm still learning.
Yes.
So therefore, being true out front, therefore they respect that. Versus you saying, "Oh, I know everything." None of us know everything. But as we come together and everybody masterminding, that's where there's power.
Absolutely. Okay. I would like someone else to join in on this. Luke or Paris or Femi. Luke,
Um,
Oh,
come on. I know you all have answers. Come on, help these people in TV
okay,
land
I
out. Let them
answer.
know.
I answer next. Like the lady was saying earlier about the Bentley, I look towards Oprah.
There's
I
nothing
love
wrong
her.
with
I
that.
think she's absolutely dope. She's very, very in tune with people. Um, she's consistent. Oprah, everybody knows Oprah.
Because she's focused and
Everybody knows
about
Oprah.
business. She definitely
Yeah,
knows
she's
her
about her
business.
business. I mean, and it wasn't only a talk show. She made work for everybody. She's a great leader. I personally know people that have worked with her, and I mean, they told me like, she's dope in real life. So,
Wow.
I always inspired to have that type of attitude when it comes to things. Always being in tune with people.
Yes. Lukeman?
Yeah, so for me, I think mentorship is really good. But correct me if the current question is about risk and obstacles. Is that what we're on right now?
Yes.
Okay, so within any business, yes, risks are a part of it. But I think if you have a true entrepreneur's mindset, you don't necessarily see them as risk. You see them maybe as challenges. And how can I get through these challenges? I know during the COVID, when everybody was in their house, for me, as a custom quality, I used to see people face to face. So having to shift over to video and do virtual consultations, and also being able to talk to folks that are in different countries over, what is it, WhatsApp and things like that. So you kind of still expanding your use of manufacturers. Maybe you're not doing it yourself because you can't go
Right.
out and get things that they can go get for you. So again, yes, there are risks in business, but if you truly are an entrepreneur, you should see those as challenges, not necessarily risks or factors that are going to stop you from doing business.
Absolutely. Femi, would you like to weigh in on that last question?
I can. Um, okay, so first it was funny because I heard the mentor part of it. I heard who do I emulate? And I'll be honest with you, I really don't have anyone that I admire a lot of business owners and things of that sort. But I think for me, when I think about who I've always wanted to emulate when it comes down to business, it's been my mom. Um,
Okay.
my mom's been gone since I was 22, but what I've always known her to be was someone who was about her business, very intelligent. She was basically borderline genius, um, and very caring for people. So for me as an entrepreneur, when I look at that, it's like I just need to put all of that into the basket of who I am. Piggybacking off of what Luke was talking about, I believe that entrepreneurs, it's not, like you said, it's not really about being risk takers. I think when you can use that word for us, you're not willing to step out on faith. And in that, we don't have a problem stepping out on faith. We don't have a problem looking at the glass as half full as opposed to being half empty. So, it's it's a gradual step that we have to take when we call ourselves trying to build. Personally, I'm building an empire over here. I'm not just building a business. So in that, I've got to be prepared to go where most people won't go. I've got to be prepared to do what most people won't do. So in that, I can't say that I have anybody I've ever I have a mentor, I have business mentors, but I want to be me. I want to be the most fabulous me that God has created and continues to create me to be.
Absolutely. All of those are excellent answers, and they will definitely help our people out here in television land. What I would like to ask each of you is, when you became an entrepreneur and your idea took fire, were there times that you really thought that everything was against you and it wasn't going to happen and you might want to take your business in another direction? Was that ever an opportunity, or not opportunity, was that ever a chance that may have happened for any of you?
Can I
Yes.
start?
Yes.
Yes. Definitely yes.
I wanted to quit. Let me tell you, I wanted to quit. I'll never forget my first customer that was not happy with her garment, and I was heartbroken. I was literally devastated because I had put so much love and effort into this garment. And I've come to find out, as an entrepreneur, there are just some people out there that you'll never be able to make happy, no matter what it is you do. I don't care if you give them a gold slipper, they're still not going to be happy. And not only did I want to change direction, I was like, I need to go get me a job, because I'm not doing this with these people anymore. They don't care about me, So, yeah, there's been those days. I want to say once every 2-3 years, I get into that. I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
But you pick yourself
But
up
I got to
and
keep going.
going.
Got to keep going.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's a great question for each of you, if you care to answer.
Yeah, I'll chime in, and I'll kind of piggyback a little bit off of what Femi said. I know for me, as they say in business, every dollar is not a good dollar, right? So I, for one, have to kind of be sometimes selective of who my clients are, because, like she said, if I go through, all these obstacles to give you what I consider a perfect garment, but you don't like it, meaning you don't promote me, you don't wear it, you just trash it. Although I got that sale, it may hurt me in the future for trying to get other sales.
Right.
So a lot of times I am more concerned with, okay, is this person really going to be my client? Because, again, if the juice is not worth the squeeze, I'll just wait for the next client, I've been fortunate that when most people come to me, they know what I do, what I stand for. So they understand my pricing, what I'm going to give them. But I did have one, client, just to kind of go back to that, it was during the COVID just started, and I do a lot of things with proms. So the client wanted a full refund because there wasn't going to be a prom. So, normally my process is, once you buy a garment and I begin building that garment, I'm not going to give you a refund.
Right.
But there's no promise here, and it's not their fault, it's not my fault. So I said it's better I go ahead and give them a refund and just move on, just get beyond that one client and then move on to bigger and better things, which is getting through this, COVID, pandemic at the time. So,
and being more professional about it, yes.
Correct.
Okay, would anyone else like to weigh in before we move on?
For
Yes.
me, I wear many hats, and therefore I'm still taking care of my boys. So not only I'm a life coach, I do consulting, I have a home care and also a resource center. And parents also reach out to me. They call my phone, and it just seems like when I'm there and I'm having a consultation, it's like the aide will call and say, my son is having a behavior. What do I do? So it was beginning to be too much, and I was feeling like, you know what, maybe I should just stop what I'm doing, focus on them, and just come back maybe next year. But what I learned from that is balance is the key. And therefore, I just do what I can do. And building a great team. See, I was the type of person, I didn't ask nobody for nothing. But that's how I got burned out. So I form, and right now, you know, it's a small team, but not small beginnings. And if I need somebody, I have 2 people. It's not a lot, but it's a lot to me that I can really count on. If I need them, listen, can you go to the house? Could you go check on so-and-so? So, you know, and it just makes things a little easier now. But at first, I was going, I can't do this. And then, you know, somebody else, well, we need you, Miss Owens. I was getting overwhelmed. I said, I'm going to have to stop. So, but that team makes a difference.
Great. Each of you are so diverse in your different endeavors. Can I ask each one of you individually then, how do you feel that your particular entrepreneurship is different or better or can last the distance as far as someone else doing the same exact thing? Because there's always radio shows out there, talk blogs, designers, whatever. How do you feel that your business is in line to be top notch and go to the top as well as anyone else's?
I answer that.
Okay.
I'll start with that. I'm not nobody else. I'm me. I'm Paris. Like, this is called Hits with Paris. I'm not worried about, even though I love Oprah, I'm not worried about Oprah. Because it's only one me.
Right.
And you cannot sit here and focus on everybody else. All you can be is your individual self. All you can do is love you beyond capacity.
Yes.
And no matter what happens in your situation, you technically are successful because you have that love for you, and what everything you do will turn into gold pretty much. That's how I feel.
That's what the listeners needed to hear. Thank you. Does anyone else want to weigh in on that? I know you do. You all are chomping at the bit. Anyone else?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
What I'll say is, What I'll say is something that I was told a long time ago is the fact that we all have sight, but not everybody has the exact same vision, right? So for me, what I do in my job, like I've seen it clearly for the last 10 years. Like I've seen where I want to go and I'm moving towards that. So even if I was to literally sit down with somebody and tell them verbatim, like what I want to do, execution is not going to be different because it's not their vision. They just know what I'm telling them about what I want to do, but they don't have the vision to actually go there, execute it and do it the way that I do it. And again, you still need mentorship to guide you along the way. But for me, I see where I want to be and I see where I am, and I'm just moving towards that constantly with that same vision in mind.
Absolutely. I like that. Yes. Well, in order to remain relevant and with time and education and fashion, music, business, technology, and everything else changing rapidly, faster than a lot of us can keep up with it, are you willing to modify your business in order to keep up with changes, or will you remain staid and true and keep going on in the direction that you're going?
This is modification doesn't mean that I'm not staying true.
Okay.
I believe I see it as a sense of, if your business is growing, your business is, it's just like a fast food restaurant. Even though McDonald's started off serving burgers, you know, they're now serving chicken sandwiches. And, you know, so it's a matter of growth. It is a matter of growth. And you do have to, the beauty about technology and the beauty about social media, is that it allows you to be able to
Keep up with the
stay abreast
trends.
of what's going
Yes.
on, right? Stay abreast of what's going on with the trends. Stay abreast of what's going on in the communities, with fashion, and that sort. So it's a lack of wanting to know is what would stagnate us from going up. You know what I mean? You have to always be prepared to grow in your business. You have to always be prepared to spread your wings and try new things to add to your business. I don't think any business is going to ever be the same, and it's almost impossible. You know, you got to be willing to be able to grow, be able to expand what it is that you're doing, and reach a little bit further. And
Yes.
the bottom line is, honestly, for me, if God ain't the center, you may not be going
Amen.
nowhere too fast anyway. Okay, I
Amen.
can't lie to you. And this is not about for anyone else's lifestyle belief or things of that sort. But I've been a firm believer from day one. If you don't trust him, and in the process that you're going, you can't be directed to go the way that he can grow and actually make your business a success. That's
Right.
a given for me. As a Christian life coach, I'm a Christian life coach. I tell people right off the back, if you don't believe in God, I can't help you. And the reason why is because the base of my business, the base of who I am, it stems from my relationship with God. So yeah, modification, growth, we staying on the same page.
Okay. Well, I'd also like to ask you all whether or not you cannot wear every single hat as your business begins to grow. So, are you surrounding yourself with like minded people that are helping to grow your business and stay in line with you with what you're doing?
Definitely.
Could I answer that?
Definitely.
Yes.
Because right now I have a lot of partners, and I just don't partner with anybody. You have to believe in the mission that I'm doing, first and foremost. Secondly, I have to know your lifestyle, right? And your life and your beliefs. Therefore, I feel like collaboration or partnerships is important. You can't partner with everybody. I do know that. But I feel right now, woo, I'm coming up on my 3rd year anniversary wall, and I'm excited. So where God has taken OBK, I'm like in awe with everything that He's doing and the people that He has put in my life to say, you know what, we're gonna come alongside you and help you. It makes everything so easy.
Yes.
Everything so easy. Yes.
Yes. Luke?
Well, for me, what Nadine said a little bit earlier in regards to kind of knowing everything about her business, I think it's essential that you understand all aspects of your business. But if you want to actually be growing as the owner, as entrepreneur, you should always be thinking about how can I grow? If you're not thinking about growth, then you're stagnant. If you're stagnant, you're declining. No business stays the same. Either you're
Right.
growing or you're declining. There's no such thing as a steady business. So,
Yep.
yes, it's important that you bring in partners, individuals that are going to help you take things off of your plate, but you still understand what they're doing so you can hold them accountable for what they're responsible for. And then again, you
Absolutely.
should be focused on the growth of the business.
Yes. Femi?
I have my husband. He's a great partner. I can't lie. And I know his lifestyle. But no, seriously, for me, a lot of my partners have been some of my distributors of the fabric that I mean, it's so funny that you asked this particular question because I have a very hard time I have a hard time, how can I put this? I don't like to manage. Okay.
Okay.
And because I don't like to micromanage, I don't like being micromanaged. And anyone who works with me, I don't want to have to feel like I need to micromanage you.
Right.
I have not yet found anyone who can work with me on a day-to-day basis and my thing is you don't have to, I prefer for you to have your own vision to do something for yourself
Mm-hmm.
But I do need you to be working in paradigm of what I've got going on so we
Yes,
can build a team.
exactly.
So I do have, and it's unfortunate the people that I do have, they're in other states. So I've got virtual assistants and things of that sort. But to say I have someone that I can literally have come inside of my shop with me because I do have a brick and mortar, I don't have that as of yet. But I know that it's coming. It is coming. I am going to open up the door to employment. But I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm not an easy cookie. And I say that because I give 200 to my business. All I'm asking you to give me is 80. And a lot of people these days have a hard time giving you 50, much less 80. So I'm still dealing with that. As an entrepreneur, I'm still dealing with that. I can't even lie. That's something I struggle with. I'm still dealing with that.
Do each of you feel that this is more a racial burdening as far as trying to find qualified or African American people that will give you the 110% that you're looking for in your business and respect it the way you do? Is it a racial thing or is it just something within yourself that you're feeling?
I'll
I don't.
start since I ended the last one. What you say? I don't think it's a racial thing. I'm with you, Paris. I don't think it's a racial thing. I think it's a matter of, I don't know. I can't lie. I think it's an
I feel like
upbringing thing. I think it's a mindset.
Okay.
yeah. I feel like if I can vibe with the person, whether you're black, white, or whatever, I'm cool. You know, I don't sit there and look at people and say, "Oh, you're black, you're white, or whatever." I don't.
Mhm.
I go off of
Mhm.
energy. You
Right.
So it's
know,
who
if
can give
I
you the
see what
best
you put
product.
into you,
Yes.
I'm good.
Mhm.
If I see you not doing well with you, I can't deal with you because I know you ain't going to do right by me if you're not even loving yourself. You know, with my
Right.
show, I have a segment called What the Vegan, What the Vegetarian, right? And I learned
Mhm.
that, everybody know you got to eat to live. But do we know the proper way? You know, so these are things like you learn. So you have to learn people the same way, just like you learn your business.
Mhm.
You got to learn
Mhm.
that this is what's going to vibe with you. This is what's going to help you grow. This is going to help you live. You know, that's how you got to look at people. These are the people that's going to
Mhm.
help me grow. They're going to help me live. They're going to grow my
Mhm.
business. And if my business grow,
Mhm.
they're going to grow. And they got to know that, though.
Mhm.
If they don't know
Right.
that, they're going to make you
Yes.
lose your business because they're going to be doing underhanded
Mhm.
things. So you have to, I'm sorry. I can't get her name right now. Like she was saying, you have to vibe with God and everything. That all has to be one.
Right.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Luke, did you want to weigh in on that? Because absolutely, color, gender, whatever else shouldn't have anything to do with it. It's the person and whether or not they're working towards the goals that you're in line with, and you all can work well together and see the vision. Luke, did you want to weigh in?
So yes, especially now, what's going on throughout the country and throughout the world, race is very big thing, right?
Yes,
But
prevalent.
the one thing that I don't necessarily want to be known as is a black business. Like my clients are black, white, and you know, Hispanic. They're all races.
Right.
I think sometimes we want to. Let me be clear. I'm not ashamed of a black business, but I don't want to just be seen as a black business. When you see other businesses such as Walt Disney, you don't say that's a white business. You just see Walt Disney. It's a company. I
Mhm.
want folks to
Yes.
see
Mhm.
Dapper Luke as a brand, not as a just a black business that only caters to black clients.
Mhm.
It is a quality
Right.
suiting company, and just so happens the owner of it is black. That's what I want to be seen
Right.
as.
Right. Right. Right.
Absolutely. Everyone
Mhm.
out there in watching and listening, I hope you all are picking up on all of these great, enormous tips that everyone here on our panel is giving us because You may not be picking up these gems from anyone else, but they're giving them to you here. So take notes and listen because the hard questions are being asked and they are definitely on top of it. Definitely. Panel, where do you all see yourself in 5 or 10 years?
Wow. Where I see myself is expanding to two cities, Chesapeake and Norfolk. I'm in Virginia Beach. So I wanted to get two more offices and bring the resources to those cities. In the near future, I will go to Hampton and Portsmouth, but I want to focus on Chesapeake and Norfolk next, and that's what I'm working on. So
Absolutely
therefore,
great.
a lot of people who live in those cities don't have to travel to Virginia Beach just to receive the service.
Yes. Luke, I see
Hmm.
you as being international. So where do you see yourself in 5 or 10 years?
Yes, I definitely am consider myself an international brand. I definitely want to begin going to more countries in Africa. This past year I did South Africa, Ghana. This year I was supposed to do Algeria, Uganda, Kenya, and a bunch of other different countries. But COVID kind of put the brakes on that, which is fine. But
Right.
definitely have some more store, or locations, international locations, having more international presence as well as an online presence. And then also just kind of be able to step away from my business and it still run. I
Mm-hmm.
think that processes are very important. The reason why there's a million McDonald's is not because it's necessarily a great, business. It's a great business plan. A person
Right.
can put a plan of a McDonald's anywhere and it can thrive. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build a great process. I'm partnering with a lot of international manufacturers, building relationships. So I just want to be an international brand and also just be able to have multiple areas that kind of run and still maintain that dapper quality that I want to put in place.
Well, while you're working on your internationalism, I'm still waiting on my mug.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm
I got
calling
you.
you
I
out on
have you.
that. Uh huh.
I have you
Whatever.
one from Bangladesh.
I don't believe
It's
you.
ready whenever you are.
Oh, Femi, where are you going to be in 5 or 10 years, darling?
I see my brand in 5 years. I do see that we'll have two more fabric stores in states that do not service the Ankara, African wax, and other textiles. Because what I see here, we have a lack of certain textiles that are made in Africa. So I'm going to actually start expanding my inventory this year and the remainder of this year as well as next year. So in 5 years, I see two more stores opening in states that have never experienced us before, as well as I also see my brand having a manufacturer. I'm not sewing as on hand anymore, but actually having a brand and having ready to wear garments. And I also see myself dealing with more with contracts, dealing more with contractual business here within the States.
Okay.
Now, ask my husband, we're going to Africa behind Lukeman.
All
Okay,
right.
that's
Oh,
where we'll be
yes.
at.
Me too, me too.
Paris, where will you be in 5 or 10 years?
Well, hopefully, I'm gonna be in Africa with them too.
Oh, there y'all go. Hey,
Everybody's
I just
going.
want to know who house we going to. Who gonna have a house?
I actually do have a client in Africa though, so that's
Okay,
really
well there
dope
you
that
go.
y'all said that. In 5, 10 years, I hopefully my name will be ringing bells, and y'all be like, I sat with her on that panel, and she said this was gonna
There
happen.
you go. There
So
you go.
what's big to me is like I kept saying earlier, just the consistency of self love and people coming together and learning who they are. Because that's the only way we can work with others properly if we can deal with ourselves first. It's
Yes.
impossible. I don't care if you're a multi-billionaire. If you don't have any idea who you are, this is why they kill themselves. This is why they jumping on
Mm.
foods and stuff like that, because they have no self love for self. So yeah.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to start since you all can see each other, I'm going to start at the top of the square and start with Luke. Luke, tell the audience listening something about your business that we may not have shared here today and how they can contact you in order to garner your services.
So the Dapper Luke collection, I have a showroom slash office in Virginia Beach, 3574 Holland Road. And for the most part, I do both custom men and women suiting. Actually, my most recent clients have been women. The suits and the professional look is definitely something that a lot of women would like to have in their closet. So if you are in search of a custom women's suit, please hit me up.
Excellent. Femi?
My bad. My daughter in there.
Hey,
I
Lucy.
actually, I'm trying to think, what did I not share that you guys don't already know? Um, actually, I have a store.
Sabria.
We are located at 406 Newtown Road, and that is on the borderline. We're on the Virginia Beach side, borderline of Norfolk and Virginia Beach. And we are by appointment only. We're going to have our soft reopening on July 7th. And you can contact us. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Everything is under Lilu Designs or Femi Fabrics. We keep it consistent. And let's see. I can't think of anything that you guys don't already know. We do. I do. I specialize. Here's something you don't know. I specialize in sewing and creating garments for women that are 6 feet and over.
Wow.
And they're not usually slim. They're usually full figured and a
Okay.
little bit, in that in between weight that we women deal with. You know what I mean? But
Yes.
my specialty is tall women. Yes.
Now that was interesting. I like that. Nadine.
Yes, Nadine Owens, I advocate, educate, and I bring awareness. My whole mission is to combat the overpopulation of group homes and nursing homes. And I feel like if we give them the resources, the tools that they need, parents, caregivers, then they'll be able to keep their loved ones at home. So therefore, I offer classes. We have a food program. I have a diaper ministry for parents who can't afford diapers for their kids. And therefore, if you feel like you need my services or certain types of resources, I can pretty much tell you if I don't do it, I can refer you to someone else. So my address is 5998 Providence Road, Suite 106, Virginia Beach, Virginia 23464. Also, my phone number is 757-351-1310.
Excellent. Paris, you're going to round us out here?
Yes. Something that I haven't told you. Oh, I'm a therapeutic counselor also, where I'm contracted for the government, so I'm able to do government contracts for people. I also have mentored different businesses. And you can reach me on I'm thinking all of my IG and everything came through at one time. You can reach me on IG at Hit with Paris. That's HIT with WIT Paris PARIS. And you can find me on Facebook at Hit with Paris as well. That's Hits with Paris. And I do it telephonically. I'm a life coach and I talk to people telephonically. Right now, I'm not doing anything in person, but as soon as outside open up in real life, I will be available.
Great. I want to thank each and every one of you for your time, for what you have contributed this evening, for your insight, and your very candid look. Be a blessing to at least one other person. Thank